This book is Lafcadio, the lion who shot back by Shel Silverstein. Or Shel Silverstein, not sure which. And now, children, your Uncle Shelby is going to tell you a story about a very strange lion. In fact, the strangest lion I have ever met. Now, where shall I start this lion tale? This lion tale. I suppose that I should begin at the moment I first met this lion. Let's see. That was in Chicago on Friday the 17th of December. I remember very clearly because the snow had just started to turn to slush, and the traffic was very bad on Dorchester Avenue. And this lion was looking around for a barbershop, and I was just coming home from... No, I suppose I should start this story long before that. I suppose I should tell you about the lion when he was very young. All right. Chapter 1. Here's the lion in the jungle. Once there was a young lion, and his name was, well, I don't really know what his lion name was, because he lived in the jungle with a lot of other lions, and if he did have a name, it certainly wasn't a name like Joe or Ernie or anything like that. It was more of a lion name like maybe Grograf or Rugger or Gumph or Grrr. Well, anyway, he had a name like that, and he lived in the jungle with the other lions, and he did the usual lion things like jumping and playing in the grass and swimming in the river and eating rabbits and chasing other lions and sleeping in the sun, and he was very happy. Here he is sleeping in the sun. Well, one day, I believe it was a Thursday, after all the lions had eaten a good lunch and were sleeping in the sun, snoring lion snores, and the sky was blue and the birds were going caw-caw and the grass was blowing in the breeze and it was quiet and wonderful, suddenly, bloom! There was such a loud sound, all the lions woke up fast and jumped straight up in the air. And they started to run, lickety-split, lickety-clipped, or clippity-clop, clippity-clop, or is that the way the horses run? Well, they ran whatever way lions ran. They ran and ran and ran. Anyway, they all ran away. Well, almost all. Here they are running away. So many lions together. It's a pride of lions. Well, there was one lion that did not run, and that is the one I am going to tell you the story about. This one lion, he just sat up and blinked and winked in the sun and stretched his arms, well, maybe he stretched his paws, and he rubbed the sleep out of his eyes and he said, "Hey, where's everybody running?" And an old lion who was running by said, "Run, kid, run, 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 the hunters are coming." "Hunters? Hunters? What are hunters?" said the young lion, still blinking in the sun. Here's an old lion yelling at Lafcadio. "Look," said the old lion, "you'd better stop asking so many questions and just run if you know what's good for you." So the young lion got up and stretched and began to run with the other lions. Pippity-pat, or was it clippity-clop? I think we have gone through all of this before. And after he had run for a while, he stopped and looked back. "Hunters," he said to himself. "I wonder what hunters are." And he said the name hunters over and over to himself. Hunters, 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 hunters. And he liked the sound of the name hunters. The way some people like the sound of the words like Tuscaloosa or tapioca or carioca or gumbo. He liked the sound of the word hunters. So he let all the other lions run ahead, and he stopped, and he hid in the tall grass. And here he is hiding in the grass. Can you see him? And soon he could see the hunters coming, and they all stood on their hind feet, and they wore nice little red caps, and they all carried funny sticks that made loud noises. And the young lion liked their looks. Yes, he just liked their looks. So when a nice hunter with green eyes and one tooth missing in the front passed by the tall grass with his funny red cap that had some egg salad on it, by the way, the young lion stood up. "Hi, hunter," he said. "Good heavens," cried the hunter, "a ferocious lion, a dangerous lion, a roaring, bloodthirsty, man-eating lion." "I am not a man-eating lion," said the young lion. "I eat rabbits and blackberries." "No excuses," said the hunter. "I am going to shoot you." "But I give up," said the young lion, and he put his paws in the air. "Don't be silly," said the hunter. "Who ever heard of a lion giving up? Lions don't give up. Lions fight to the end. Lions eat up hunters. So I must shoot you now and make you into a nice rug and put you in front of my fireplace, and on cold winter evenings I will sit on you and toast marshmallows." "Oh my goodness, you don't have to shoot me," said the young lion. "I will be your rug, and I will lie in front of your fireplace, and I won't move a muscle, and you can sit on me and toast all the marshmallows you want." "I love marshmallows," said the young lion. "You what?" said the hunter. "Well," said the young lion, "to be absolutely honest with you, I don't know if I really love marshmallows or not because I have never tasted one, but I love most things and I love the sound of the word marshmallow, and if they taste like they sound, mmm, I just know I will love them." "That's ridiculous," said the hunter. "I have never heard of a lion giving up. I have never heard of a lion eating marshmallows. I am going to shoot you now, and that is that." And he put his funny stick up to his shoulder. This is what he wanted to turn Lafcadio into, a lion rug. "But why?" said the young lion. "Because I am, that is why," said the hunter. And he pulled the trigger, and the stick went click. "What was that click?" said the young lion. "Am I shot?" Well, as you could imagine, the hunter was very embarrassed about this, and his face turned as red as his cap. I forgot to load my gun," he said. "I guess the joke is on me, ha, but if you will just excuse me for a moment, I will put a bullet in, and we will go on from there." "Nope," said the young lion. "I don't think I will. I don't think I will let you put a bullet in. I don't think I will let you shoot me. I don't think I want to be your rug, and I don't think you are a very nice hunter after all, and I think I am going to eat you up." "But why?" said the hunter. "Because I am. That's why," said the young lion, and he did. And look, Lafcadio has the hunter's gun now. After he had eaten all the hunter up, he ate the hunter's red cap, but it tasted sort of woolly. And after he'd eaten the red cap, pooh, doesn't it make your mouth feel funny to think about eating a red cap? He tried to eat up the funny stick and the bullets, but he couldn't chew them, so he said, "Well, I guess I will keep these as a souvenir." And he picked them up in his teeth, and he carried them back to the other lions. Now the other lions were all sitting around telling stories about who is the fastest and running away from the hunters, and who is the bravest, and who is the fiercest, and other lies like that that lions like to lie about. And when the young lion walked up to them carrying the funny stick, they all jumped up and said, "Yowee!" and "Yee wow!" and "Wow!" and "Where did you get that gun?" "Gun? Gun? What is a gun?" asked the young lion. "That is the stick they shoot us with," said the old lion. "Now take it out of here and throw it away. It gives me goosebumps just to look at it." Now wasn't that a silly thing to say? Imagine a lion getting goosebumps. That is almost as silly as a goose getting lion bumps. So the young lion sadly walked away with a gun in his teeth. "I wonder," said the young lion to himself, "I wonder how they shoot this thing anyway." So he picked up a bullet in his teeth, and he pushed it into the gun with his nose, and he shoved it into the barrel with his tongue. Then he stuck his left tooth into the trigger and tried to shoot it, but he couldn't. Then he stuck his right tooth into the trigger and tried to shoot it, but he couldn't. Then he tried to pick it up with his paws and shoot it with his claws, which was even sillier. And he tried to shoot it with his whiskers, and all he got out of that was tired whiskers. And he stuck his tail into the trigger, and he pulled as hard as he could, and the gun went boom. Here he is shooting the gun. All the other lions jumped up in the air again and started to run away. "Hey," said the young lion, "stop running. It is only me, and I have shot the gun." Well, I tell you, the other lions found out it was only a lion making all that noise. They were so angry. "You had better forget about shooting," they said, "and stick to lioning where you belong." But the young lion was very happy about shooting the gun, and do you know what he started to do? Well, every afternoon, while the other lions were sleeping, he would sneak away over the mountain, and he would practice and practice and practice for hours and hours and hours, until one day he was able to lift the gun up in his paws. And he practiced and practiced and practiced for days and days and days, until finally he could shoot the gun. But of course, he wasn't able to hit anything except the sky. And he practiced and practiced and practiced for weeks and weeks and weeks, until finally he was able to hit the big mountain. And he practiced and practiced for months and months until he was able to shoot the waterfall. And soon he was able to shoot the cliff. And soon he was able to shoot the trees, and soon the coconuts off the trees, and then the berries off the bush, and then the flies off the berries, and then the ears off the flies, and the dust off the ears, and finally the sunlight off the dust. And do you think he was a good shot? Well, just the best in the world, that's all. Just the best shot in the whole world. And what did he do for ammunition? Well, every time he ran out of bullets, he just went out and ate up another hunter and took his bullets and went back and practiced some more. Look at this. He's just eaten a hunter to get the bullets. See all the bullets there? And look, he's left the hunter's hat behind. He didn't eat the hat this time. One day when he was practicing, the young lion heard some shooting from the other side of the jungle. And I don't have to tell you what happened. All the lions started running again. "Where are you running?" asked the young lion. "Look," said the old lion, "we have gone through all this before. You had better stop asking so many questions and move." So the young lion moved. But after he had been running for a while, he stopped and he said to himself, "Hey, why am I running away?" And he sat down there in the middle of the jungle and began to shoot back at the hunters. Boom, boom. Here he is shooting at them. And suddenly, guess what? There were no more hunters left. And after a while, all the other lions came crawling out of their hiding places, and they couldn't believe their eyes, and they said, "What is going on around here anyway? Hey, what's happening? And golly gee," and stuff like that. And they were all surprised and happy, and they all had lunch, and then they lay down and slept in the sun with smiles on their faces and little bits of red wool on their whiskers. Here they are all sleeping. They've all had a nice lunch of hunters. And the young lion, he was the happiest of all because he had piles and piles of new ammunition. And all the other lions said that he was the greatest lion that they had ever seen, and they had seen plenty of lions. So all the lions lived a very happy life and slept all afternoon and played in the sun and floated in the river and had a good time and never worried about anything, because every time hunters came to shoot, that young lion shot right back at them. Boom, bum, bim, bim, bam, until there were no more hunters left. And when men came back into the jungle to find out what had happened to the hunters, bim, bam, boom, pretty soon there weren't any more of the finder-outers left. And when men came to find out about the finder-outers, boom, bam, bim, pretty soon there weren't any more of the finder-outers about the finder-outers left. And pretty soon, no men came into the jungle at all. And it was nice and quiet. All the lions were fat and happy. All of them had nice hunter rugs.